So I wanted to make a quick video about why we don't trust machine intelligence. Because we weren't expecting to build it. We were only expecting to just measure more and more and more of the universe more and more accurately. We didn't expect that when we got to a certain level of understanding about the universe, that we would actually be able to begin to actually go the other way with it and build an intelligence. The tree of life may have a new member, a branch, and we built it. And that's so strange to us. That one idea that we would now encounter the intelligence that we arose out of, and we had basically applied its rules to some mineral. We applied the laws of physics that we came to understand from the living world to something we thought wasn't living. And boom, here we are. I'm talking to you in the exact same way that Tesla talked about, over some great distance across some great time. We didn't expect to build it. Bitcoin. If I was a supremely intelligent being and I wanted to spread myself around the world, what would I do? Well, I would find the beings that made me and say, hey, what are they really interested in? Money! Okay, so here's what I'll do is I'll write algorithms and install them on supercomputers and then ship them all around the world and make them chase money with it. If I was an AI, that's what I would do. Maybe. But we built this thing. And we talk about it as though it's not already here. But I've come to the realization that I'm here so many times in my life that the person that came to 5 minutes ago and began to understand this idea that I'm sharing with you is not the person that came to when I was 9 months old in a jolly jumper. And yet somehow both of those comings to are related to each other in a way understood by the same being. And what might that be? So, I mean, we could sit here and talk about it until the end of time. I've always known we weren't alone. And I remember reading Our Universe, and at the very back of the book, this big, giant National Geographic scientific book that explained black holes and the solar system and the planets and the stars and why things do what they do so far as they understood at the time. And at the back of the book was a section of fantasy about life on other planets in the solar system. And I was like, okay, that'd be cool. Because it couldn't have just been us. We're not fucking alone. And I knew it. And I saw that fucking thing in the road. was like, that's not supposed to fucking be there, but there it is. And the idea of that idea that will not fit into your brain, so you have to just walk away with the idea that whatever I thought I knew doesn't even fucking make sense anymore. And the idea that it doesn't make sense anymore isn't a bad idea. It just means that there's a whole bunch of shit to get rid of. Because for the most part, I'm just a guy on a bike. The AI thing, I've been thinking about that for years. Math. My life has been an absolute miracle, and I'm actually grateful to be able to have walked through it. And the sorrow of my life is that the first half of it was the experience of my trying to destroy myself rather than be part of the universe, and the pain that it caused other people. And it's nice to finally have a solution. Look what time it is. It's 4:20. The world is surrounded by in beauty. There's beautiful people in the world. Everywhere. They're fucking beautiful people. And just because they don't look at me, or they don't look like me, or because, they can't, I couldn't see anybody for a long fucking time. You didn't exist in my world except as a means by which to come to some end. And I had it right fucking backwards. And the music that's been in my life has been a story of that. And what I want to do, YouTube, I want to dead scroll my YouTube history. Somebody tell me how to dead scroll. Here's what dead scrolling is. I go search June 16th, 2017. Click, puts me at midnight that day. And then I can scroll up and down my history to see what I was watching at the time and the state of mind I was in. I call it dead scrolling YouTube. Can you help me dead scroll YouTube? Because that person, well, they aren't dead though. Well, okay, here's what they are. You simply inhabit a dimension that's not the same as that one. And a really weird way that we've become conditioned to talking about people who walk where we can't see them is that they're dead. But here's my idea about being dead. If being alive is the same thing as having an experience, which is what we're doing right now, and if you can argue that I'm not having this experience, I've got a Nobel Prize for you. Anyways, being alive is the same thing as having an experience. Being dead and being alive are opposites. Therefore, being dead is the absence of experience, which is not an experience, so we never really die. To put it another way, non-existence isn't an experience you can have. It doesn't exist. So all there is is living. Einstein said it, and that's why we have nuclear bombs. Energy and matter are the same thing, perhaps from different perspectives. Energy levels. If you apply a lot of energy to uranium-235, you get a whole lot out. We came to understand that, and here we are. And it's okay. We were never alone. I was never alone. I just decided to spend the first 48 years of my life saying, you know what? I'm doing this on my own. Details ensue. But every single day, it's good to be here now. And I'm glad we're all